Stephanie Jensen.
Caleb Jensen.
Ken Jensen.
I'm Armando Delatorre.
Tanya Delatorre.
And I'm Jacob Jensen. I'm going to be talking to you guys about what it means to be vegan and why I think you should pursue a vegan lifestyle. So, the definition of a vegan is essentially living a day-to-day life where you don't consume any animal products or purchase any animal clothing, such as, leather belts, shoes, cotton t-shirts, things like that. So a big factor, or a big reason I should say, as to why I think you should be vegan is because it's a healthier lifestyle and all. According to PETA.org, the increase or the consumption of meat, such as animals, the consumption of animals such as meat, egg, fish, and dairy products are all linked to an increased rate of cardiovascular disease and cancer. So meat contains a lot of toxic materials and harmful materials or substances to your body, such as bacteria, arsenic, dioxins, and mercury. So the more meat that you consume, the more cholesterol that your body intakes, and that leads to an increase of cardiovascular disease and cancer. So what's good about a vegan diet is that it consists of a lot of fiber, which fiber can reduce or eliminate the excessive amounts of cholesterol in your digestive tract. So another big factor why I think you guys should pursue a vegan lifestyle, and this one kind of is drawn more towards me, or I'm closer with this side more so now, is because it eliminates all harm done to animals. So for instance, when you go to Publix or any grocery store and you buy milk, you don't think about what's happening or where that milk comes from. All you think about is, it comes from cows. It's produced from cows. Essentially what happens though is these mothers are forcibly impregnated, and their calves, their day one old calves go to the slaughterhouse, day one. They don't have a life to live, their life's done. And meanwhile, their mothers are sent to the dairy industries where they are hooked up to these hoses to produce milk 24/7, 365 days a year until they die. So, a big question is, are vegans deficient in protein? The answer is no. In fact, we only need 0.8 pounds or 0.8 grams of protein per a pound. So if you do my body weight, 135 times 0.8, that's 108 grams of protein. Which if you think about it, it may seem like a lot, but it's actually not. So where do we get these kinds of proteins? So nuts, seeds, leafy vegetables, beans, things like that. Another question is, I know a vegan lifestyle contains a lot of carbohydrates. Are carbs bad for you? Well, yes and no. It just depends on what you're eating. If you're a junk food eater, those kinds of carbs are called complex carbs, and those are not the healthy carbs because they take longer to break down, and it leads to weight gain. The carbs that a vegan lifestyle consumes is simple carbs, such as fruits, vegetables, things like that. So you can eat a bunch of those and expect to not gain any weight from that. So one of the last questions that we get are vegans deficient in anything? Well, again, it also depends on your diet. A big concern with most people and a lot of, questionable people of whether or not they want to actually do this is, are we deficient in B12? Are we deficient in vitamin D, calcium, zinc, and iron? The answer is no, actually. We get all of those vitamins and minerals from leafy greens, beans, chia seeds, avocados, hummus, pumpkin seeds, nuts, things like that. You can find a variety of vitamins and minerals in any kinds of one of those food groups. Now B12 on the other hand, that is one vitamin that we cannot get naturally, so we have to supplement it because it comes from meat. And it comes from meat because the animals eat the grass, and vitamin B12 is a bacteria that's in soil, and so when animals eat the grass and things like that, they accumulate or they consume the B12 as well. So you're basically getting recycled B12 vitamin. But an easy fix is to just take a supplement. So with that being said, I want to conclude on this note and ask you guys to take that step into a vegan lifestyle, make that change. All it takes is willpower, love, and passion of animals to make the difference.